Hi, this is Melissa at Desert Gal. It's like 12:41 a.m. here where I'm at in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And I was praying earlier and just crying to the Father, basically just trying to understand like why so many people still have not decided to give their life to him. And, are they oppressed? Like, are their eyes still closed? Are their hearts still cold? Can they still not hear? And I was just crying out to the Father, like just asking him, can you please open their eyes and open their ears and change their hearts, soften their hearts? And if the enemy is keeping them from seeing or keeping them from hearing, or keeping them from their hearts being soft in order to receive you, then can you please set them free? Just set your people free so they can come to know you. And I was just crying because there's still so many people that I know personally and a lot of family that don't know the Father. They don't know the Son. They have no desire to be in the Word. They have no hunger to be in the Word. They have no hunger to talk about the things of Abba. And I personally just want more family. I want more brothers and sisters. And I love the joy that I have in my life knowing Him. I mean, there is so much joy in knowing Him and in living for Him and serving Him. Granted, there are these moments like this where it's bittersweet because we just cry for our lost loved ones. And we cry and grieve for those that we're still waiting to come into the kingdom. And so he started to speak to me, and it's interesting because when he starts to speak to me, it's like he gives me the first line. And I know that I'm supposed to grab my notebook and my pen and start writing. And so the first thing he said was, "My sweet child, write." And that was all he was saying for a minute because I had to, I don't know if my hands were full or something. I had to dry my hands, or I have no idea what. But, I had to come to the bedroom to grab my notebook, find a pen and whatnot. And so he gave me a word, and it's not for anyone in particular. It's not like for his people or for his bride or for the sinners or for the saints or anyone. It was just for me. But what he did say was, I'm allowed to share with all. So that's why I am sharing this personal word that he gave me. This is the only word that he's given to me personally that he's allowing me to share. Other words that he's given to me personally, I've not been allowed to share them. So anyways, this is what he said. "My sweet child, write. I will open the blind eyes and deaf ears, causing all to know who I am. Yet, they will still choose the ways they've already chosen. This is why they are still unable to see and hear. There is no other way for them to be, as they chose long ago to ignore the call I put on their life. Others responded with openness and curiosity. While, yes, they may have stumbled along the way, they still desired to know me. Those with no desire I gave up to their own ways, as it is written, hearing they do not hear, and seeing they do not see. There's nothing blinding them or covering their ears, as all have had the chance to come to know me. Yet many chose otherwise. I've been fair and just to all. It is them who've willfully turned their backs on me, and when it's too late, they'll know they made that choice. They'll see back at all the times I reached out to them to beckon them unto me, and how they chose another path. Over and over again, they denied me. They denied the question of my existence, not wanting to ponder if even for a moment should truth penetrate their hearts and require of them greatness and sacrifice. They were unwilling to sacrifice and lay their life down for me. It was not a two-way street they wanted, nor required, yet a lonely road straight to hell. Oh yes, they say they believe in me, yet live for me they were unwilling to do. Even after knowing the truth of all that I did for them, they know and have known, but their hearts were seared because they chose for it to be so. They know of other choices to let bitterness go, yet that wouldn't serve them or allow them to buck up and stay strong in their own strength. They needed bitterness as a reinforcement to justify their ways. To forgive and seek forgiveness would require humbleness, and this they were unwilling to do. I've said pride comes before a fall, and a fall is what they will do. I've been fair and just, pleading with them, calling unto them. I've sent many, but they chose to shut them all out. So now I only close the door because they've decided to choose too late, and I can no longer wait. I love you, my sweet child, but all have been given a choice, and most chose death versus life. I am life, and it was me they did not choose. Look up as your redemption draws nigh. Love your Messiah and King. And I finished writing this at 12:02. Technically April 30th, 2019. And I just saw his regret, and I saw his pain, but I also saw his firmness. Like, he knows the choices that people have made. And I don't know, it's super heartbreaking because we really want other people to make a different choice, but they've been given a chance and they've chosen over and over again to go a different way. Now, I don't understand entirely, only because I do know the Father is still having me minister to people. I think in the last week alone, he's had me pray with, I don't know, at least 15 people, possibly more. And these are just people that I come across like on a daily basis doing my errands, whether like at the grocery store or at the mall, or just errands here and there at the coffee shop, people I see on the street. So he's still like reaching out to people, and I honestly don't know if like those people are people that he knows or that he is calling to himself, or if like my praying with them is like their last chance. I don't really know. But I know that it's been like really busy for me personally, just going out and ministering and loving on people and praying with them, and and even hugging them and praying just for, just ministering to them and letting them know that it's one thing to believe that he exists, but it's a whole other thing to live for him and to give your life for him. And we're told, to give him our life, to pick up our stake and carry our stake and to follow him and to deny everything else, to deny ourselves. So for us to say, like, for someone to say they believe in something but not to act in it doesn't really mean they believe. If you go to a furniture store and this chair is going to hold you, you sit down in this big comfy chair and it's going to hold you. But, if you have a friend that just made a chair like in woodshop class or something, you're probably not going to want to sit in that chair. And that's because of your lack of belief that it would hold you. So our actions are a reflection of how we truly believe in our heart. And if you're living for him, then that's because you know that he is real. You know, like, how he's changed you from the inside out. But if you only say you believe in him and like there's no fruit in your life and there's no actions, there's no nothing reflecting that, then please, I beg you, call on Messiah Yahushua, Jesus Christ. Call on him to know him and to make him your personal Savior and Master and King. Because there is going to come a day where you will have to stand before the Son, because he has been given all judgment. And he is the one that is going to say that he either knew you or he didn't know you. And so I don't want you to be one that he says he doesn't know. So, Father, I just pray, and I hope that there are more to come. So just, if you do know him, then please continue to sound the alarm, and please continue to tell people to live for him. And, that's all. I just love you guys. I thank you. And continue to keep me in prayer. Continue to keep all your other brothers and sisters in prayer. Continue to keep praying for the body and the bride. And just pray without ceasing. Just keep plugging along and running this race. And don't give up. And don't take your eyes off of the King. So I love you. I hope you have a beautiful day. And shalom.